That's right, so I'd slept the night and then hoped to be able to go for a run off first thing in the morning. But unfortunately now there's winds which are going to slow me down. But it is only winds and, I mean, it's only wind. Wind isn't that bad. So, what are we doing? Spoiled meat we chuck in here. So what have we got? We have got some fibre sticks. That's right, we were going to harvest more bones if we can. The noise is a bit loud from the game, I feel. Let's just tweak that. I had it up high for the offline recording, but now I want to actually be heard over the game. That should do it. Might just be the ambient volume for the wind and stuff outside. So we have a canteen, we have some berries, we have an animal because that helps us run faster. Absurd, but true. Stone pickaxe should be all we need. We're not taking anything fancy, except our bow. We are taking a bow and a steel knife, so we've got some capability there. We need more O2. We'll fill up on water before we go, so we don't have to dip into our canteen just yet. We've got some cold resistance. Actually, I was just going to load up a little resource of mine, which is where I pin the caves on the donkey, so to speak, as I've been finding caves in various places. Just in case they don't change it on full release, I've been charting them in a file so that I can come back and find them again one other time. So we're wanting to do the same thing now, just plot on silhouette, because we are going to be heading from O11 down to middle of N15. It's like N15? Yes, N15. Okay. So that's in the southern Arctic area, which they've opened up. Last time it was only the northern Arctic area, which is here. The Mammoth was previously I5, I think. Yeah, so this is a bit lower down, I7 instead. Still a long way though. That's going to be the harder route. This one shouldn't take as long. But we'll see what meets us when we get there. So we don't have any... we've got our... Hang on, I'll just make sure that I have my respawn point set. Yes, I do. Good. Eat some berries, they give you a stamina buff when we want stamina so that we can do more sprinting. So we don't have shelter. We've got extreme winds coming. There is a cave we can shelter at. I just don't want to waste too much time. It's already 10:43 in the day. We don't know how long it'll take us to get up there, and then we've got to get back again. So oxygen, we mine bauxite, just put straight in there. And we have a perk that allows us to, or a skill, talent, whatever you want to call it, talent officially, that allows us to run faster when we have a knife equipped, so we're doing that. I was previously using the cloth armor, which also allows extra run speed. But for now, some berries on the run. For now we don't care too much about extra run speed. I mean we do of course, but we need the extra cold resistance more. I didn't drink from the my rain collection to top up on water. I'll do that up here with the stream. I don't know if it makes a difference between streams and the lake in terms of the potential for catching bugs from the water, because you can get dysentery basically. So for this extreme period of weather up here, there should be a cave just around the bend here. This is one I came to earlier in order to get some iron. Don't think there's anything left in here now. Actually, there might be some aluminium and stuff because I couldn't actually mine that. That's copper. Is that aluminium? Titanium. Okay. I can't mine that with a stone pickaxe, and nor do I want to right now. Anyway, that's fine. So we'll wait out this extreme weather period, I guess. I did record my setup sessions locally, so I'll be able to trim those, kind of make some highlights out of them and put them up online as well. Okay, severe wind's almost finished, and then that's the end of the weather period. Rabbits, I'm not too bothered about hunting things at the moment. Once we get to the tundra, then we might start doing that. They call it the Arctic zone, but I don't know, Arctic to me means polar. Maybe that's a misconception. But they're scattered around the world in this one. So really it's just the high alpine reaches. So we're getting through the point where we'll start to lose our exposure naturally. It won't keep accumulating. Right, so this is the entrance to the southern Arctic biome here, so it's 012. So we've got to work our way through there. We're facing this way, so I must kind of squiggle around or something. No idea yet. We'll find out. Such is the fun of the game, and that is exploring. We do have some tools to defend ourselves if we need to. I didn't bring a fire pit to keep me warm this time, because I feel I should hopefully not have to. Got a contrast in this area, just feels super bright. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys, but maybe it's just my new monitor. Okay, so there's wolves over there. We're going to try and just sneak past them. So if you aggro one, you tend to aggro all of them, which is kind of annoying. But if you take them out with stealth, then they don't. You can't stealth crouch on slopes, like you can't go down slopes if you're crouching. Kind of weird. It was a -5, but thankfully I'm wearing a fur armor suit, so hopefully I'll stay above. Yeah, my temperature meter's down the bottom left. You can see that it's staying above the blue line. I'll pick up some wood anyway. I could pick up some ice as well to take back with me potentially. I don't really need it. It just turns into water. It looks like possibly a cave area over there. There's a wolf there though. Or maybe that's the cave area. The contrast is really super high around here. It feels like it's almost monochrome. I would like to find where the caves are in case some bad weather strikes. So I'm really keeping an eye out. He might be harder to get around. And I was wanting to make some bone arrows anyway. At least having just had a weather event, maybe I'll get away with a little bit longer without one here. That said, the Arctic regions, or snowy regions, seem to have different weather timers than the rest. Well, there's hares now here. That's cool. I'm going to leave you be for now. I'm slowly making our way there. Definitely want to find a cave in case we get weather hitting. You can theoretically just bring... Oh, there's some crevices here. I think they help. You can theoretically just bring some base materials with you and just quickly throw up a shack. As you move along, it's obviously easier with multiple people. Yeah, he spotted me. Thankfully, I do a fair amount of damage. Especially when you crit. And a headshot is usually an automatic crit. I'm also going to be swapping out my stone arrows for bone arrows as I make more. So, in other words, as I collect stone. Some more oxide up there, that's good. I'm going to need some more for my helmet soon. We can just outrun wolves as well. We do have plenty of stamina. We have stamina for days and movement speed buffs. Basically every talent that increases movement speed and stamina I've taken. So I am a fast boy. Shock horror speedrunner takes speed talents. That seemed to be the best thing just for general utility early on anyway. They actually reset the talents entirely this weekend, but I chose much the same. They worked last weekend, I see no reason why they shouldn't work this weekend as well. Stealthing helps as well. I think I have a talent that reduces threat when crouching. Still no cave though, there's some crevices. But unless I've missed something. There might be some on the other side and I've just been hugging this side the whole time. There's a bear. Bears I have not messed with. Even last weekend when I actually had guns, I just avoided bears. I don't know what his aggro range is. Seem to have found some terrain that I can just keep walking on, so that's cool. We're just going to exploit the hell out of this. And then it's going to stop me going down here probably. No. I think their terrain mesh isn't quite set up correctly because I shouldn't be able to crouch down here. Oh, it's stopping me here. Okay. But the danger is past. Hopefully. That might be a cave over there. Sometimes there's been these collections of things by caves. We can hope. I'd really like to be able to get one charted just so I know where it is. Otherwise we're going a long way with no safety. Because it's a good idea to... It's nice to know whether you're going forward or backwards. Just where you have to go in the case of bad weather. In the case of do we go forwards, do we go backwards? Something has seen me. Yeah. Running. I think I got to the edge of its tether already. Here's a cave. So we need to crack them open a lot of the time. And we're just going to pop in here and I'm going to make sure that there's a little lip at the bottom because the animals don't seem to be able to jump over that. Might need to collect some resources to be able to make myself a campfire actually. I didn't think of that because in the case of weather conditions, see during the daytime and stuff it's fine, but during weather conditions it will get colder. Okay, so that's enough that I can just jump in. So that's good. So what we're going to do is our map. So this is border of M14 and N14. We're going to mark that. Oh, we've actually come too far this way. We need to cross over there. Okay, so M14 and N14. So that's there. Okay, good to know. So that's something. We've actually come a long way already because we entered the Arctic all the way up here somewhere. Somewhere like that. So we've actually already come quite a long way. So that's a good start. Right, let's continue onwards. Let's pick up some wood in case we need it. I was also going to make some bone arrows, that's right. Can't make many, but I've got a few. They do slightly more damage. Actually, they would do almost twice as much damage with an extra critical. That's actually really good. The stone ones work well enough for wolves, but if we have to tackle anything bigger, we might need the extra power. Things are tough up here. Oh, we needed to go this way, didn't we? Pretty much southeast, directly. There's a lake over there, looks like, or a divot. So there's the cave. Let's go from the cave so that we have a reference if we need to run back to it. If something starts attacking us, we can just run back to the cave and kind of cheese it, hopefully. Okay, so we're going pretty much directly southeast from here. Oh, that'll be the satellite over there, actually. It'll be rendering in from further away. Run, run, run. No ice worms, but we're actually going to save our stamina. I'm not going to run the whole way there. I am impatient, but I'm going to play this smart. For one, let's get a berry buff going again so we have more stamina. Because the point is that you want to just go normal speed, so that way if something notices you, you can run. Just gap it. Now the annoying... oh, that's probably another cave over there. The annoying thing was with this is that... well, we'll find out. We'll find out, I'll let you see. It's just so stark around here. There's the gas giant. Up in the sky. Yep, here's the satellite.
Okay, you found it. Number 2. Time to fire it up. And hope it doesn't smother you in flesh-eating enzymes.
Charming. Might just be some funny background noises. Someone's having some weird dreams, it seems. So we pressed to arm. And now this triggered off a wildlife event.
Stand back, just in case.
So we've got a minute.
Satellite's doing. The wildlife really don't like it. Group 15 will be interested to hear about this.
So the wildlife don't like it, so something is probably coming in. There was a bear over there, but it's gone. So what's coming? There was one in the forest and it was a panther. I'm expecting a big bear. We'll see if we just get mauled, but we have to stay within a certain area, certain distance of the satellite. So that makes it a bit nervous. But once it's done, then we can just run in, collect the payload. I wonder if it's because I'm on a rock, whether or not it's bugging out. Because it can't find me. But the one in the forest was just running in and patrolling.
Alright, you're good. Warheads ready when you are.
Seems nothing actually came. Which is just as well, because there's no take all buttons, so you actually have to manually select it.
Number 2. These things were designed to be deployed in orbit.
Well, that was easier than I expected. It was like a skull-level panther that I died to, so you'll be able to enjoy that on YouTube. We're going to run back home now. What I do want to see is this a cave over here for future reference. I don't think I'm ever going to want to put a base in a snowy region, because I think that that just seems like asking for trouble. But it's good to know where the places of safety are, at least. So let's crack open this. It's just another place to run to, and it's closer to the way we're going out than the one we were at before. this away. So where are we? We are 014 and 015. We're down there. Okay. Plotted. So we've got a pretty good run now. Just going north, basically. We can't scale that escarpment, so we're being kind of funneled this way. I think I want to hug the same way that I did on the way down. I wonder where that bear's gone. So again, I think we want to take it slow. Oops. Have a drink. And run for it a little bit. Not that. Thanks, crevice. I need to be more careful. You don't want it to be anything deep, because if you fall down too far, you will break your legs. There, broken bones are a thing in this game. You'll take damage and then break a leg and then not be able to get away from the animals. You can fashion yourself a splint, but that's not gonna help me get away from a bear, so let's play it safe. So I'm gonna guess there's probably other caves on the other side as well, but so we did pretty well so far with this particular expedition. All we needed to worry about is a single wolf. We just snuck past everything else, which was pretty much exactly the same experience for me last weekend as well, last fortnight. There's a lot of complaints about the amount of the density of wolf spawns, and there was a lot of them at the very entrance to the biome. And we did see a pack of like 3 or 4 of them when we first came in, actually. But once you get past them, if you sneak past them, and I'm not wearing any particularly sneaky armor, I do have a talent that increases sneak to an extent, but it's not dramatic. That looks like a cave entrance over there, but I don't really want to have to tangle with wolves to get to it. I can probably mark it from here, so it's at the edge of 013, looks like. I'm just going to assume that is one. If it kills me one day because I trust my markings now, then tough shit. I think also they do intend to make it that when you drop down onto the world, certain caves will be shut. You're not going to be able to get past him easily enough. Can't sneak past him, so... Oh, hello, what was that? Just a random crash of weather? Okay. Get some more bones to make some more arrows. Keep on moving on. I think there's also, I've got movement speed when carrying a knife. I believe there's also lower threat when carrying a knife. It's kind of odd, you'd think it would be the opposite, but... Here's the tree line again. Oh, that's a rabbit. Don't care about rabbits. Oh, we didn't see the bear again either. And we're home safe. Yeah, once you manage to sneak past things, and if you have movement speed, then you can get past. Obviously going as a team would be even easier. Oh, we have a thunderstorm incoming. Oh, I think, no, it's the tail end of it, because it's almost into the clear again. So we missed a weather event while we were away. Goodbye, chamois. I don't care about you. Don't care about you, Mr. Rabbit. Early on, rabbits and the chamois and the deer and stuff are really good about getting early bones and fur and stuff, but once you get to this sort of stage, then you're pretty much only hunting anything that hunts you, basically just kill in self-defense only. I had a couple of things go rotten, never mind. Always good to harvest extra meat because it does spoil. Takes longer once it's cooked, but it does still happen. Get some more oxite. I mean, if the other mission to the Arctic goes as well as that one, then this is going to be a pretty short session. That's the thing, is just having decent preparation and just playing it carefully. It is a survival game after all, so you play it carefully. If you go all in guns blazing and attract all of the wildlife to you, you're going to have a bad time. Though hopefully they have fixed the spawning rates, at least for wolves and such. So I didn't kill enough of them to really have it trouble me, I just ran instead. They do have an aggro range. It's a fairly long one, but so's my stamina bar. You know what they say about guys with big stamina bars? Probably win the marathon or something, I don't know. Here's my little hovel. Nothing fancy. Don't want to try and make a house too big. I didn't even bother making a wooden house at first. At this time, I just set up in this cave first. There's enough room to just put all sorts of things along the walls of the cave. So I had a torch here. Textile bench is still in here. Everything else I've already migrated into the house. Wrong one. Close the door. Where was I keeping these? Crafting bench. There we go. Pop. Pop those furs in there. I don't really need any extra, but sure. Make some more bone arrows. Though hopefully we won't need them anyway, but condenses the inventory slightly. Gonna put these in here. Oh, we have some steel bloom in here. I didn't even remember that I made any. Oh well. This isn't even on, but we'll just chuck those in there for later. I don't think we're going to need them though. Chuck those in there. I mean, we could cook them, but honestly I'm more inclined to just run off and do the next one. It is further to go though. I might want to set up a little base somewhere. Or not. I did at least mark the caves, because last time it was up that way as well. So I've got the caves marked, and actually there's tons of caves all around that area. Going right the way up to right nearby. There's one about here apparently. So that should be good. Make an ice box yet? I can't even remember where I make it. Crafting bench? 8 iron ingots. I don't think I have any iron. I turned it all into steel. Yeah, turned it all into steel. I do wish you could, for things like that you could actually substitute in higher materials. So like if it calls for iron, that you could use a proportion of the same in steel instead. It shouldn't matter. If I have a steel icebox instead, it shouldn't make any difference. We're just gonna turn that off and just leave it, to be honest. So, what have we got? We have a bunch of stone that we don't need, so let's dump that in the masonry table. We'll get more by opening up caves. Bit of wood, we'll keep that. Actually, it's almost night time, so I guess we wait. Is it 6 PM that you can sleep, I think? Yeah, between 6 PM. Well, we're so close. It is now 6 PM. Let's get a good sleep. You can only sleep near an active campfire. That's a new thing that they added, and I do not like it. I think the kitchen counts, actually, If I set the fireplace going, I believe this counts. Yeah, there we go. 7 AM. New day, new me, time to get going. We'll let this one finish, and we'll deactivate that. But yeah, if you're inside, you should be able to sleep without a fire going. It's nice and warm in here. But whatever. Let's go, crack of dawn. Hang on, let's just have a drink. We've still got plenty of my canteen as well. Hang on, it didn't actually... Oh, there it is. Took a little while to go up, bottom left. Let's go for a run. While I think of it, actually, I'm just going to repair... Oh, I need stone for that. I'll get plenty later. In fact, I can probably pick some up off the ground as I run along. Stone. Let's grab some oxide as well, actually. And now we can repair. Repairing takes a bit of stamina, but that's fine. And into the sunshine. You can go third person, but then you can see the rabbit. It has been there for so long, that rabbit would be so stinky by now. But it doesn't seem to decay if it's on you. And if you stick them in a skinning table, they don't decay either. And crucially, there is a talent that increases movement speed if you're carrying an animal. So, given that carrying a rabbit does not impact on your ability to do anything else, I just leave one there. It was a raccoon last time. Lots of deers. So, go west, young man, go west. Let's see if we can find our way there just from what I remember from last time round. There was people saying that, oh, but it should be procedurally generated, so it will be different every time. I mean, you drop into different places every time, but you've got to remember that this is a planet you're dealing with. Yes, you could drop down into lots of different places on it, I suppose. It's like a 64 square kilometre area, which is, you know, not small. Actually, it might be larger than that. But it's feasible to expect that you've just got a particular safe zone on the planet, and the rest isn't probably successfully terraformed, given that they did say it was a failed experiment. So the rest of it's probably hazardous, so... I mean, this is hazardous, it's just not as hazardous. So we stick to the right for now. And we go up this bit here, and there's the pass. It's a very suggestive rock. Pointing the waiter, so to speak. So last time I had a little cabin set up on one of these areas. Oh, it might have been this shelf here. Ow. Ow. Okay, I didn't get broken legs at least. You can slide down some of those slopes, but you do have to be careful. I think it was here. This feels familiar. Yeah, a little ramp here, and I had a little hut set up. That was protection against the elements. But if a storm pops up here, I can just run into the Arctic area. Because it's a different kind of weather pattern. That's a bear down there, was it? There's wolves. Let's just run. Yep, there's a bear. Let's just run. We can kill things pretty well with the steel knife and our bow, but let's just run. We're not here for combat. So a lot of people don't seem to realise with this game. And you know, it's very much play it your own way. If you want to go out and massacre everything, you know, that's fine. But if you do draw attention to yourself, then expect to have some difficulties. We are the prey on this planet. We are not the predator. Okay, into the Alpine region again. So the border between forest and alpine is just up here somewhere. There's a wolf. There was a bunch of wolves all around this area. But not so many up this way. If you took the high road instead of the low road. So there's a couple down there. But we just go this way and we avoid them. And so it's the same as last week. I don't know if there's different spawns for different people. Now, is that a wolf coming to attack me, or is that a bunny? Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunnies are a bit skittish. Alright. How are we off for oxygen? 14. We'll mine this while we have the liberty to do so. Because we never know when we'll find some later and if we're being chased by a bear. And you don't want to be running out of oxygen while you're running away from something. Top tip. You can have that one for free. Wolf. Keep on running. We need to nom. Get our stamina buff up again. We can just go down a bit here. Oh, hi wolf. Running. And another one, and another one. There's a cave off to my right. Good to know. Though if we're being chased actively, we're not going to be able to stop to open it up. If you have an open cave with a lip to run back to, then that's really handy. And combat music has faded. Oh, that's still coming. But I am still faster than them. And I can jump a crevice and they can't. So I'm gonna have to go round. And I've stopped. There's a bear. Thankfully we did not have to tackle. So where are we up to now? We're between I-10 and J-10. We've still got a long way to go. I-10 and J-10. So there should be a cave up here on the right. Which I think if I find it, I'm just going to break it open. So that I have a place to run back to if I need to. Looks promising maybe? Or have we passed it? I think it must still be up here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Good. Oh, it's already open. Well, it means we can't use it to shelter from animals, which is annoying, but we can still use it to shelter from the elements. Looks like there's one down that way as well. There's also these ice caves. Otherwise, the next one is around this pass area. Now, we've got oxygen. We're gonna eat that there. We've got food buff up still. Time to run. Actually no, time to walk and run when we need to, because there, I believe, is often wolves around this part. It's a narrow pass, narrow rocky pass, nowhere really to hide. But we will try to either sneak, fight, or run. That's basically what it comes down to. Seems to not have noticed us. We're not using the ghillie suit or anything, this is just fur armor. With a detection perk. This guy's seen me, however. Now, if there was anyone with them, they will be aggroed. He's too far away. Good. Safe. There's another one. Swapped knife. Yeah, see now this is where they all get aggroed. Good. Now I have a wound, which means that I don't heal as quickly. I do have some fibers that I can turn into bandages, thankfully. Can only make a couple of them. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that for now because all that does is no longer regenerating health. Well, I'm regenerating slower. That's kind of fine because I'm almost at full health anyway. You don't regenerate that fast. If I get into a problem, then I can either bandage on the run. Maybe this is what people meant by the spawn rates of wolves. I don't have unlimited arrows, so at a certain point I probably should just start running. This is just a thin pass, so I know it's going to be tricky to be able to run away from everything. Should have collected the arrow first. I mean, we're constantly getting materials to make ourselves new ammo, at least. Well, I only have so many sticks, actually, because the wood around here is actually just full bits of wood and not sticks. You only have 18 sticks left. How are we off for arrows? We've got 4 stone. We've got plenty of bone. In fact, that's the maximum. We're now out of sticks. We have 29. If I need more than 29 arrows, I'm in trouble. Stick, I can make more. So there is stick as well, there's just also wood. We're going to try and sneak past this guy. Gather some more sticks to make more bones from his friends. I'm just going to sneak on by. Real quiet like. Oh, and now we run. Sneak past one. Surprise! 2 more wolves, 3 more wolves, 4 wolves. Still got stamina. For now. I will have to recharge a little bit. There is a little bit of a trick that I can do. Where I can actually... I'm out of line of sight from them, maybe that helps. If you jump onto something and then off something, the time you're in the air, your stamina starts regenerating. So if you can do a nice long jump, not high because then you'll take damage, but a long jump, then you will regenerate some stamina. And the chase is on again. It's only one of them this time. Can I get up here? I think I might be backed into a corner. It's just the one at least. We will drink as well, I think. Some more bone arrows. Cool, we're now out of bones instead. And we eat, and we take a sip. Which does drop our temperature, but not enough to matter because it's not nighttime. And we have to go up this way. If I'd run up here, I probably would have been fine. Oh, there's another wolf, of course, and another one. There's more wolves this time than I remember encountering last time, but then I was very sneaky last time. I was also doing this bit at night, so I might have actually just ran past without even realizing that they were there. Should be safe up here. The pathing is not brilliant for things. How? That cave is there, but it's open, so I can't use it to hide. Another crevice. More wolves. He went down to the crevice. Stamina's full again. Let's get running. Parkour. More parkour. Please don't break our legs. Ooh, okay, I need to use that bandage because we are getting low on health and I need to regenerate. I need to find a cave. That crevice should help. Let's use this bandage. Here's a cave. Fortunately, it is not one with a lip. Did he see me, did he? Not for long. Pretty sure that was just the rabbit over there. We are in the clear again for now. I don't even need to actually bother with harvesting these guys now, I don't think. Because again, if I need the number of arrows that I have, I'm in a lot of trouble. Though I am almost out of the stone ones, so I need to swap. I don't know if it'll swap automatically in the middle of combat. Might not be something I want to test. So let's choose bow and arrow now. So we're safe here. So where are we anyway? Are we getting close? We're all the way down there. Oh, it loops all the way around, doesn't it? So we're G10. We are still a long way away. And we've got to get all the way back to... It's only coming up to midday at least. We want to get back before it's night, ideally, if we can. That was a bear. Yep, that was a bear. Weather event. Storm. Only winds. We can actually survive winds without shelter if we need to. Though there are plenty of caves along here. Ah, of course. Winds do slow us down, however. But if the cave is open, then that's not going to help us. And it is just open. There's a pit. We could always try and lure the bear into the pit. We could also just hope that we've lost it. We don't want to get pneumonia by staying in the cave, though. That's the dangerous thing. So it's a case of we actually want to stay out if we can. And just suffer the movement speed, get a bit of the exposure. Dunno. It's just the pneumonia gives you a, like, 50% stamina debuff. So, what do we... Yeah. Yeah, you get chance of pneumonia staying in here. Got a long way to go. So where are the other caves? We've got one further north, and then one round the bend. Okay. So we've got a couple of places that we can then run to shelter into. And hope that we don't get ambushed by more bears. There tended to be fewer wolves up this part. And the bears are pretty far between as well. At least it is just winds. If it was any more than wind... There's the other cave. So we can let the exposure drop down. It's not really high enough to matter, but hopefully what it means is that well, there's a pass through to another forest area over there. That'll be shut. We won't be able to go that way, but hopefully what it means is that we won't get similar. It's just movement speed. Thankfully we have extra movement speed. So we're going to go round the corner and there should be another storm around here. But I can see the green spot for the weather event. And then usually there's a pretty serious gap between weather events, so we should be clear at least to get to the satellite. Hopefully we'll be clear all the way back, but no guarantees. There's the cave just up there, looks like. Again, haven't seen any more aggressive beasties. Is this the cave up here? Should be one around here. Yes, good. Storm's almost over anyway, but take some iron back with us if we wanted to. Iron, iron. Pit of Doom that I can only faintly see the bottom of. If you're spending any time in these caves, bring a ladder. At least one. Bring a ladder or the materials, and the materials to make a floor, if you need to. Some poles and a floor. Bring some wood and some fibre, basically. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, hi. Let's run. We're a bit slower, but whatever. We're slower, but we've got plenty of stamina still. Hopefully there's another cave around here somewhere. I didn't actually scout around this corner. It's running in. Need to be able to jump on top of something. They're usually pretty bad about coming up onto rocks. They can attack you if you get too close to them, but it'll let my stamina recover at least. So the mammoth was all the way up there last time. I was expecting a cave to be in the cliff down there, but no. Are they still chasing us? No, we lost it. It does appear they got bored. Yeah, trying to face them on open ground, not a good idea. Run away, jump on a rock. So stay away from the edge of the rock. Now, where's the satellite? Just across the way. Oh, that's it there. Hi, bear. We're going to avoid you. Oh, those wolves have come down, but they've just like lost aggro, so they're just walking now. Well, let's just sneak down here if we need to. Yeah, screw it. Shouldn't need to. Let's go to the satellite. We'll try to do a similar thing of like just crouching up behind it and hope that nothing aggroes. Or if something does aggro, that it doesn't know we're there.
One more warhead, then we can all sleep tight. Till the next time UDA loses one of their toys. Arm that thing and watch your back.
Yes, sir. So, let's just check. If we need to run to a cave... we don't actually know if there's one. That looks like it's probably a cave over there. Though then we'd be going past the bear. If we need to run to anywhere... Are there any rocks that we can get up on that would save us? Maybe that one? Depending on how big anything is that comes out of this. We might be able to just kind of run around the bottom here, and it'll confound them with the pathing. We don't want to jump, because we might break legs. So, let's set it off. And now we come crouch up here.
One enzyme warhead coming up.
And we keep a lookout.
Close, in case it changes its mind. Surprise, surprise. The locals don't like you firing up the satellite. You're gonna need to take care of this.
I don't see anything. So the one in the forest, there was like a skull beast just appeared and ran out of nowhere. Now I don't know if I've managed to glitch it out so it doesn't appear. I'm actually going to come down onto the flat in case it appears. But I think, yeah, either it's just not appearing for me, or the fact that I came up here immediately glitched it out. I mean, I'm fine with either result because this is a tough challenge for a single person to do, so I'm fine with cheesing it if that allows me to finish it.
Warheads ready when you are. Last one.
I also kind of like the idea that you can be stealthy and not have to worry about fighting things, because if that's how you've prioritized your build, essentially, you should be able to get away with doing that. So it's not really cheesing it.
If you can stay alive, you're about to make the UDA real happy.
I need more oxygen, I just realized. Just make sure all of our buffs are up. There's actually some oxide down here. So we'll just fill up before we make our run back, because I don't want to have to stop again. If I have to stop at all, it'll be because of weather. It's 2:14, and I set off from my base around 7 AM, or just after. So it's taken us 7 hours to get up here. Which is fine. If it takes us 7 hours to get back, that's 9 PM. But the last bit of that will be in the forest. The important thing is getting out of the polar zone, or the tundra zone, or the arctic zone, or the alpine zone, whatever you want to call it. The important thing is getting out of this zone. I feel the spoil rate should be longer when you're in the cold. Anyway, we want to get out of the cold zone before nightfall if we can. Now, there was wolves up this ridge. Let's see if there still is. I'm too impatient. I shouldn't be running yet. What's this? Copper? Weird. It's a bit random. Normally they're only in caves. Oh well. Don't run just yet. Stop your running. See if we see any of the wolves again. So far, so good. I mean, I did lead them over that way. Maybe they stayed there. There's one. One is fine. I mean, to be honest, any amount is fine, we'll just run. Parkour. As long as we don't hit like a sudden drop or anything. Here's. We do want to make sure that we refill our stamina every now and then, but if we get a nice big open stretch like this where we can see there's no danger, then we'll just run it. So that we're going a bit faster. So we alternate, run, stamina regen, run, stamina regen. Anywhere that there's blind corners or other hidden features. There's a bear over there. He's seen me. He has not seen me. Looked like he was facing me. We're going to go wide. Something has seen me. It's a rabbit. Okay. I really wish, I mean, at least I don't think it ever used to do that. You can see which thing has seen you at least, so that's a good start. But it would be nice if it was like a green eye or something. If only passive things had seen you. If things are running away from me, I don't care. If things are running towards me, I care. Maybe a yellow eye versus a red eye? Don't know. Excuse me. So this is going better than I'd hoped. Still pretty tense, not gonna lie. Like, it is still a pretty nervous thing to be running through. I'm definitely trying to keep an eye out for any dangers. But I do love the environment. Like, yes, it's big and open and empty, and a lot of people are complaining that, oh, there's not enough in the Arctic regions. It's like, what do you expect? Because this is pretty much what I expect. You can actually hide the HUD, I think. How do you hide the HUD? Ah, numpad 9 for some weird reason is hide the HUD. There we go. Take screens, Steam at screenshot. But the ambient sound, like just the wind whistling around. There's occasional music, but it's muted. I mean, I have it at 80% volume anyway, but yeah, I think the sound design's good, the atmosphere in general is good. The stark contrast threw me for a bit, but honestly makes sense. I think that's kind of fairly true to life. Shadows are starting to deepen. It's getting late. It's 4 PM. We need to get moving. We still have a long way to go. Can't remember if there was an auto run. I think maybe there wasn't. Now, if you do die, you do have the option to respawn, and then you have 5 minutes, I think, or thereabouts, maybe 6, to be able to run back to your body. And there's a package that will be there, but it will only last that amount of time. The idea being exposure to the elements means your stuff will be lost if you take too long. Take this guy out. Hopefully there aren't any more. Take the arrow with me. I don't need anything off him, but it just feels bad leaving it. Gives you good experience too, like you get good experience. Not that it matters because I'm max level, but just for an aside, if you kill something like that, especially a high level thing, it gives you good experience. If you skin it, then you get additional experience, but a set amount. I didn't see what it was for actually taking the shot, and I also don't know whether or not I get more for like a stealth kill and stuff. I'd hope so. But it was 750 additional for skinning it. which is not an insignificant amount. I don't know how much of these I actually want to take out. I think not many. I want to go... Oh, that was another one over there, wasn't it? Yep. In which case we will take this one out and go this way. I was going to cut across, otherwise there's two over there in fact. You can take them out like that, they don't alert anyone. It's basically like a stealth game. This is my jam. Stealth survival. Me likey. There's one over there. Don't think we're going to be able to sneak past anymore. We can kill them, but it'll be easier if we just run. And quicker as well, and we need to get out of here before it gets too cold. Before it gets dark and cold. So we're just going to run. Sun's getting kind of low. So this is the cavern area. I'm not even sure if we aggroed them. I think we managed to sneak past. Or just zoom past and they didn't take enough notice of us. That's the other thing, is that they have like an aggro bar basically, that, or a threat bar. If you get close, then they notice you. But if you leave that... can I get down here? This is going to be dicey. Do I risk it? I think if I have to ask the question of do I think I have no way back now. If I have to ask the question of do I risk it, I probably shouldn't. But I don't have a choice. Oh, okay. That's fine. Actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Right. Running. Running. Blind rise. Let's not get surprised by wolves. So we're past that little canyon sort of thing. There's a couple of wolves. Run. Don't bother sneaking. Just run. We're in a hurry. We might even be able to run past without even being noticed. You just zoom through their aggro zone. Parkour. And there was a bear too. Cool. There's that cave. So it's kind of a long sweeping ravine. No, we're just going straight east now, aren't we? Are we past the worst of it? I think we just run out from here, don't we? I think we do. I think we just run out. We're on the home stretch. The cave up there. We've only needed to shelter from winds once. We've not had like blizzard conditions or anything. We've been pretty lucky. And we just fell into a ravine because I was admiring the scenery instead of looking where I was going. And now I can't get out. This is a problem. Oh, yeah, no, come on. It's slippery, it seems. Why will you not let me up? This is really annoying. I think their terrain is a bit buggy. I don't know what the intention is here. Do I need to use the unstuck command? I've not had to use that before. Could I drop something maybe? Do I have enough of anything to make something? Maybe I can make a post. I can't make a floor or anything. Let's just make a post to stand on maybe. Ingenuity. here or something, maybe? And then we get, oh, we're sliding too far. Oh, it was this bit that we kind of, we had purchase on. And then we run up here. No. Oh, we're going to be stuck in here until it's dark, aren't we? This is really stupid. Fix your game, please. I don't know if this is intentional or what, but it's kind of stupid. Okay, I need to move that closer, it seems. Let's get a run up. All because I was admiring the scenery. There we go. And we're up. And I'm going to take this with me. Right. Next time. Okay, if you want to stop and look at the scenery and take another screenshot, stop. Don't do it on the run. Because they were annoying to get out of. That one would have been easy enough. It was only because it tapered down to such a small extent and it was all icy. Temperature's dropping though. -15. Yeah, we're getting cold now. This is where it gets risky. I don't have a campfire. How far is it? Can we just run it out? That wasted a lot of time being stuck in there. I'm gonna get hypothermia if I'm not careful. Frostbite or something. Already stamina bar gets shorter, which is a problem when you're trying to run away. How far do we have to go? We're pretty close now, aren't we? Oh, there's trees. And there's wolves. Cool. But there's also trees. Focus on the trees. And run from the wolves. Run to the trees. Bum-ba-da, bum-ba-da. This is why you have the fur armor. It gives you a little bit of extra time. But we are in the cold zone. And it is night time. And we should now be in 18 degrees. There we go. Feel they should have a bit more of a gradual drop off, but it just goes from Arctic straight to temperate. I didn't have my knife out the whole time. I'm an idiot. The whole time after the post-incident. Okay, now it's nighttime and I can't see a bloody thing. Gotta say, the nights are too dark. Given how bright the sky is, and there's a planet there, and there's a moon, there should be more light. Fair enough, if I have the torch out, then I should only be able to see a more restricted area around me. That makes sense. This is basically to give you guys a better viewing experience, because otherwise nighttime is kind of sucky. I mean, I don't mind running through the dark, but how's the surviving going? We're surviving. We've actually had a really good run. Hi, Tori. Things actually went much smoother than I expected. Because offline, I did the first part of this objective. You've got to collect 3 things from crashed satellites. And offline I had my ass handed to me by a panther once and had to run back to my body to, or my supplies to get my knife and stuff again. Though I managed to stealth around and eventually just take it out with guile. But the other 2, the couple in the snowy areas, which I thought were going to be more difficult, actually ended up not being very difficult at all. Nothing appeared. So I don't know if something bugged out. Oops. Turn my torch off. That bites? No, it's good. I don't want it to kill me. It might have bugged out because I kind of snuck around. I crouched down behind where the satellite was, and maybe that bugged out whatever threat detection there is on whatever they're spawning in. Not sure. But either way, I did not get a big beastie attacking me at either of the other two, and I am glad for that. I mean, I was ready to run around and stuff, and if I needed to. I was basically just going to kite it around until you got a minute when you arm it before you can collect it. I've aggroed something. That would be a bear. We're faster than pretty much everything, by the way. We don't have super sea glide, but we are pretty fast. Things just like to chase you for ages. Ow, okay, maybe we're not fast than everything. We need to get a knife out and just run. There's trees. Okay, we're actually going to die. That's really annoying. Okay, I should have stayed on the rock. Are we dead? Bollocks. I meant the panther attacking, yeah. That was weird. Normally we outrun things. And I thought, oh, the lake is over there. The lake is up to the top there. So now we've got to run back to our body and collect stuff. That's annoying. Yeah, normally you run away from things like that. I do have a movement buff from having a knife out that I wasn't able to use, so... now, can I make another torch? Fiber sticks. Where's my light? The nights are way too dark in this. They really need to do something about that. We need sulfur. Where do we have sulfur? We have some in here. Sulfur. Sticks and fiber, we can get that on the run. We won't be able to see a damn thing though. Sticks and fiber. We're not going to have any sticks, are we? No, we are going to need to get it on the run. That's kind of annoying. Where was our body? That way. I hate how dark the nights are. I don't know what it's like for you, but for me it's pretty much pitch black. I can see very little. It didn't used to be like this, and I don't know if it's just my new monitor. Can I make a torch yet? 2 more sticks. Okay. I'm going to go northwest approximately. That's a rock. Good. More. There we go. If I can make a stone knife, that would be good too, actually. There we go. I wish you could hold the... you should be able to hold the torch while you run. I did at least run a long way, which means that I should be well out of the aggro zone of whatever that was that attacked me. So I have 3 minutes to get back to my body. Oh, I have broken bones from the fall and they persist through death. That's the stupidest thing, by the way. The wounds you take in the game persist through death for some absurd reason. I think I can make a splint though. I can't remember if I actually discovered it. But I've only got 2 minutes left on that. And I've got 2 minutes left on finding my body again. This is not designed to be a single player game at this point, by the way. You're meant to have a party of up to 8 people. Can I find my package? Finding it in the dark is going to be annoying. Is it just deer around here at the moment? Should be around here somewhere. Find a cliff and look for the... Here it is. Yay, cool. So, take all. Just put that down there. We have the wood beam there. We have canteen there. Stone pickaxe, bow, steel knife, animal. The armor I need to wear. We can destroy this stuff because I don't care about it. We put those in there and consolidate that down to 1. 1, 2. We then put on that and those. And what else? We put this down here for now because we just want to get... There we go. We just want to take it. Just don't want it disappearing. Put our armor back on. Oxygen in there. We have that, we have that, we have that. Lots of leather. So much leather. Okay. Now, we have Thunderstorm. But we should be able to now get back to our stuff. Our broken bones is almost healed. Now we have full movement speed again. Oh, it's black? Yeah, exactly. The torch is needed, yeah. It didn't used to be this bad. Like, it makes sense in a storm. Like, now it makes sense, but normally you should be able to see better. Like, with the starlight and everything. Yep, we hit an alcove. Okay. Now, we don't have any more dangerous drops and stuff. The only reason I jumped down that cliff was because I thought that it was jumping into a lake. Southeast. So eat and eat. And bring this back up again. So now we're taking exposure damage from being out in the storm. But that's fine because we're almost back at our house. Unfortunately, the house doesn't have a beacon, only the drop pod does. I haven't made a beacon, but that's fine. It should just be down this ravine. Oh, it's right here, in fact. Welcome to my humble home. There we go. Right, so now we're going to wait until it's daytime. Actually, we're going to sleep through the night, I guess, is the answer there. Well, yeah, so we've got these 3 warheads that we're taking with us. So, I mean, we can theoretically cook everything. There's no need to. But we do need to have an activated campfire nearby our sleeping. So, we're going to activate that. And we're going to sleep the rest of the night. So that wasted a bit of time, unfortunately. But that is what happens when you're playing solo and you get first caught in a ravine. See, it annoys me that the storm doesn't progress. So it's now 7 AM, but the weather progression is exactly the same. So it's still stormy. But it's almost finished. We'll still be getting exposure damage if we go out now, but it won't be too bad. And now, honestly, the most bittersweet part of all of this is it's time to say goodbye to everything, because I'm about to be leaving. In the full game, there is going to be an outpost mode, so you are going to be able to have a persistent area, so you don't lose your beautiful house every single time. But for now, everything is session based, so you get set up. Basically, I've just got the bare minimum. I'll do a quick run around actually. I've got the bare minimum required. My armor bench is still in the cave that I was based in, but workbench you need to make basic things. You make a stone furnace in order to work iron. Once you get that, then you can make a masonry bench, which allows you to build stone houses. Otherwise, you've got to fit everything into a cave first. You need a cement mixer in order to be able to make concrete, just so that you can make the concrete furnace. It's very rare you make any cement after that point, because I'm not making concrete buildings. You can make concrete buildings, I haven't bothered. So you get the concrete furnace, which can then work things like steel and aluminium and other metals. Once you get that, then you can make steel tools, and you're away. So the anvil you make early on to make iron tools if you need to. I didn't actually make it until I was making steel tools anyway. And then once you get the machining bench, this is where you make your recurve bow, your rifle, which I didn't bother with this time. I made a rifle last time because I needed it to take down the mammoth. I didn't bother this time. Do they have an estimated full release date? They do. It's been pushed back. Originally it was going to be the end of November. The 25th or something, I think. It's been pushed back because we've had lockdowns and stuff here again. So, yeah, because it's made in New Zealand, and yeah, Auckland has been in lockdown for like 7 or 8 weeks now. So, yeah, it's kind of been a bit of a spanner in the works. You know, it's not hugely disruptive because I imagine they're all able to work remotely to an extent anyway. But you know, it's still a disruption, right? It's never not going to be disruptive in some way. So it's been pushed back by at least a fortnight, I believe. I'm actually going to make myself a bandage and get rid of my wound before I go. You don't actually get to take anything with you, unfortunately, otherwise I would take my steel axe as well, and my steel pickaxe as well. We're just going to pretend that we do. And the storm has passed. Mostly anyway. A little bit of rain. Yeah, so I think your release date is meant to now be mid-December to late December. Oh, the other reason they pushed it back, I believe, is because there's going to be all of the hype around Battlefield, the new one coming out. Basically, there's lots of games that come out around the same time of year. So I think they were wanting to avoid overlap. Not that the target markets are necessarily the same, but it's just the amount of media attention and stuff. They want to maximize the amount of attention they can get. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to prove that we've got all 3 of them here. Because weird things happen sometimes.
Well, you did it.
Oh, there you go, it took it automatically.
Success brings problems all of its own. You're on
Yeah, it just drops.
radar now. They're gonna want more from you. Be careful what you sign up for. That's all I can say. See you in orbit, friend.
So in future, I guess you can take other things with you, maybe? But, yeah. Otherwise, you lose all the stuff. They haven't... yeah, so you say return to station. The game is going to be based out of a space station. And here we are. We go. Mission complete. I'm pretty happy with that. It was actually quicker than I expected, which is probably good. I think last time they got a bit of flack because things seemed to take longer, though it didn't actually take that long once I got set up. It took me longer to get to the Arctic than it needed to, simply because of the intimidation factor. But this time I knew what was accompanying, or knew what was waiting. Wish I could reorder characters, because this is the one I've been using. Maybe I should just level the guy from level 10 again. I'll just have 2 level 30s. I could do slightly different builds, potentially. Though I like the build where... I think you can go into... select character. Can I then look at talents and stuff? Yeah, talents. So I've mainlined solo predominantly, so increased movement speed, reduced damage from animals, decreased costs for the various things, harder to detect when sneaking, buildables way less, increased yield from gathering, and then increased stamina and regen, increased health and regen. Then I've got increased attack speed, increased move speed with a blade, so that's why I wanted to have a knife equipped most times. Reduce stamina usage, thrown knives highlight because I have an itchy trigger finger and I right click all the time, and then I throw my knife and then I can't find it. This lets me find it. And degrade slower when skinning and stuff like that. I think in future I wouldn't bother with this one. I can't remember why I went that one. Yeah, I think there's not too much more in the knife tree I really care about, because all the stuff about thrown distance, I don't care about throwing my knife. I want to be able to... If I want to attack things at range, I'm going to use a bow, and then I'll use a knife up close. I'm not going to throw a knife. Construction I went with just so I could get the increased pickaxe mining radius. And then reduced stamina cost is good. You do a lot of mining. Cutting trees you do a bit of, but not nearly as much. You don't need to chop down trees nearly as much as you do mining things like iron and steel. And the increased radius is really good for making it quicker to clear things out. And then survival, more movement speed increase, more stamina increase, and there's the increased move speed while carrying animal corpses. So that's why I had a rabbit on me the whole time. Yeah, this weekend was originally meant to be in the desert area, and they pushed that back to next weekend instead. Or next fortnight, another 2 weeks basically, and extended out the amount of time that the game is going to take to release fully until then. Which is fine. Yeah, these are still bugged. So the idea is the gameplay loop is meant to be you're in a space station. You're going to have a workshop and an inventory where you keep exotics and stuff that you bring back from the world. You're going to have a loadout, so you're going to be able to start with something. You're not going to start with nothing every single time. Once you get established, there's going to be a little bit of macro development going on where you can make sure that you have certain things that you can go down to the planet with. And then you skill up, you get more things, and you come back to the station, rinse and repeat. So, yeah, that's the idea. And then you do prospects. There's going to be more that you can select from available generally. This is just the testing one. There will be ones that have shorter durations. There'll be ones that have a short duration that have quite a high challenge, so they'll be harder. So once you're more established, then you give yourself a bit of a speedrun sort of challenge that you've got to figure something out within a limited time range. And there are going to be the outposts as well, which is where you can just exercise what you've learned and just build things and just have a nice big Minecraft style house. But yeah, you're going to get rewards for doing each of your prospects eventually. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to when it's fully released, and I'm enjoying playing these outposts there. Quick play, I'm not sure what the idea of quick play is, but yeah, I'm enjoying what they're doing. I think there's a lot of potential, and I think it's really good even now, especially for the cost. I can't remember how much it is. I think it was like 30 New Zealand dollars or something, which is probably like 20, 25 US dollars. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is at the moment. But if I go to Icarus store page, it's currently 10% off and it's New Zealand 33.29. So it's probably like 25 US dollars, something like that. And there's a deluxe edition, which is a lot more, which gives some extra bits. Gives you 2 more outposts, which is kind of nice. And includes the first 2 DLC chapters that they have planned, which I believe is intending to add bigger beasties and more difficult things into the game. Yeah, so you get a forest biome outpost, which is a persistent map. Then you get an extra Arctic and an additional forest biome outpost with the deluxe edition. No desert biome outpost. That's a shame. Desert biome outpost would be nice. I'd prefer that to the Arctic one, to be honest. But yeah, it's meant to be session-based. It's meant to be up to 8 people in a world to all help each other out. Or, as I have demonstrated, you can do a lot of solo play as well, which is cool. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. And yeah, would recommend. Not sponsored, would recommend.